Larry Groce here, mountainstage.org is where you can hear the radio show if it isn't on your radio station. I hope you do tune in one way or the other, because one of our guests today, a very talented young woman named Tristen, and she was born, Tristen Gaspadarek, up in Lansing, Illinois. Now she's based in Nashville. And this is her record that's out now, Charlatans at the Garden Gate. It's not your first CD, but it may be the first one that a whole lot of people have had access to.
That's right.
You've recorded before, and you've recorded EP before, I believe, too, as in the collection of other things. Because your dad was involved in music?
Yes. My father, we always had recording equipment at home. We had a living room and a studio. And so I started recording songs that I'd written when I was about 14. Just really for fun and making our own little CDs, because that was about the time when you could start making things at home. And so yeah, I've made a lot of CDs, but none of them have been released, or they're all buried now.
I wrote this song while riding a horse backwards through the Appalachian Mountains. This song is called Avalanche. In an avalanche, like an ancient rock, and we'll be straight up, wade out to the like an ancient tree, you know you'll be straight up, 'cause you know.
Why did you decide to go to Nashville? You could have gone to a lot of folks, or you could have stayed in Chicago, I guess.
You know, I was looking for a change, and Nashville was really close to home, very affordable, and also a songwriter town. And at that time, I really thought that songwriting was that was what I could do. I knew that I could write songs. And so I thought, well, even if I can't make it as an artist, I can write songs for country. You know, so songwriting was always kind of my focus and what I wanted to be good at. And Nashville just seemed like a songwriter town. So I went down there and was writing with people, and I was like, this is a cute little charming small town. You know, it seemed like a feasible move for me, so picked up and left.
I wrote this next song while surfing the Nile. It's about a prowler, or a person who acts like a prowler. Looking for a weak link, 'cause you wore out the one you had. Prowling in the night time for a new punching bag. 'Cause you've been sending tricks since your mama showed you how. You've been beating down the baby since your arms could swing around. Arms could swing around. Laughing with your fresh flesh, telling stories that you told, and it works like your charm. The description never gets old. 'Cause you've been telling tricks since your mama showed you how. You've been beating down the babies since your arms could swing around. Taking down their names, keeping track on what they said. Always searching for a
this analog done?
No, digital.
But he still uses outboard equipment.
Yes, a lot of really cool.
Yeah, interesting. It sounds that way. I must say, the record sounds not retro, but it has an overtone that sounds like it's a 70s or even earlier recording in some ways.
Yeah. I mean, we went for more organic instruments, but at the same time, all my arrangements sort of are based on the music that I love, which is, I love oldies music. I love 50s and 60s and 70s music.
How'd you hear that, from your dad?
Yeah, I mean, well, I would say more that my mom only played oldies radio growing up.
Oh.
We never listened to
Nothing contemporary, only...
not really.
So you grew up musically in the 50s and 60s and 70s.
That's right, and I really latched onto a few artists and didn't really have much musical knowledge until I went to college and discovered David Bowie. But before that,
Who were the ones you latched onto as a kid?
The Beatles. I was crazy about the Beatles when I was young, and Bob Dylan and Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker that we had.
Interesting.
Yeah, my mom had really interesting, very poppy, straightforward musical taste. But yeah, Oldies 104.3 in Chicago is a staple in my house.
How are y'all doing tonight? That's good. Well, this next song is about your baby doing drugs, and it's called Baby Drugs.
Were you satisfied with the way it came out?
Yeah, I thought it came out, well, let me just say that I spent the first couple years in Nashville recording by myself, so it came out exactly how I didn't say the record was finished until I thought it was perfect, and spent a lot of time on arrangements and selecting different musicians for different songs, so yes, I didn't stop until it was perfect, and it took a long time to make, so.
Well, that's the way to do it. If you can, make it the way you want to, because once it's out, it's done.
That's right, and you know, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I knew what I wanted, and I trust my own instincts to know when something's finished, sounds finished to me, and so that's it. It's done. It's gone.
The tunes on here, are there any that your fans and the critics say this is the one, these are the one?
I'd say my fans have over the years said "Eager for Your Love" is the one.
Yeah.
Don't believe that it's a curse. Don't believe it's so much worse. Don't believe that it's a curse, it's just intelligence. Don't believe it's so much worse than when it wasn't hers. 'Cause I was only caring for you. Oh, I was only caring for you. Take my nasty shrew, 'cause she knows what you're into. You gotta keep her thin and hungry, so she's eager for your love. Something seems so clear to me with cloudy, muddled view. Sometimes people lie, oh, sometimes people la-di-da-di-da.
And that's why it's the title track.
Right.
But I'm really, I think, you know, a more of a deep cut off the record. The last song, Save Reina, is my best attempt at a story song, and so I'm proud of that song for that. And I think that Avalanche is another one of my favorites on there, and that's the fourth cut on there, and I really like I just really like that song for some reason. The melody, I think, is my favorite. So. Well,
maybe we'll hear some of those on the show today.
You will.
Here it is, Charlatans at the Garden Gate, the new CD. It's still pretty new. We're talking in June of 2011, and this, how long has this been out? A couple months?
Mid-February.
Yeah, so it's been out a few months, but not too long.
No.
It'll be out for a good while. American Myth Recordings. Tristan is the name of the young woman, and if she comes to your neighborhood, she's out there promoting the record, out there working the record, and I assume you'll still be doing that.
I will. I'll be touring as much as I can. That's right.
We got like a 2 or 3 piece with you?
Yeah, I have 3 other musicians with me, all Nashville based.
Cool. Thanks very much for coming to see us.
Thanks for having me.
And as I beckon starlight for an arrow to shoot my lover deep inside his heart, the clouds begin to pour their rain and muddy up my path again to secret worlds imagined so yours can see. Purest glow he voluntarily bestowed upon your wicked heart. To secret worlds imagined so yours can see. The purest glow he voluntarily bestowed upon your wicked heart. Thank you very much.